We've made it to day 23 of our advent calendar. Let's see what full-length story we have today. My wife just confessed her affair the day after our 13th anniversary. There's never really a good time to admit to an affair, but this is definitely one of the worst. Happy anniversary! This story is in pretty recent times. It started September 16th, 2025. I don't know what to do. The title pretty much explains it all. I am a stay-at-home dad of 3, including one with special needs. For the past couple years, it's been a slog. Therapist after therapist after therapist for my kiddo with cerebral palsy, 2 other kids in school. It is something that we have discussed many times. She works and is able to provide for us financially, and I would stay at home with them. 2 years ago, she joined a gym and began a relationship with John, fake name. John and my wife would frequently message on Facebook about random things, but things that my wife tried to hide and delete. She has lied about speaking to him, what they've spoken about, amongst other things. We are done having kids, so she used this time to get a breast augmentation and a tummy tuck-like procedure. It felt like she was literally going to cheat on me, but she assured me that this was just her way of getting out of her motherhood body. She spends an unworldly amount of time at the gym. Before work, off days, literally doesn't stop. She can easily spend 3 to 4 hours at the gym. Meanwhile, I am at home with the kids, preparing lunch, breakfast, getting them to school, taking my child with cerebral palsy to his therapy appointments. 3 to 4 hours at the gym. Y'all, I'm a big gym goer, and if you follow me, you know that. However, I'm there for an hour and a half some days because cardio can take a long time if you're doing 45 minutes to an hour and then weightlifting, right? And that to me is like, I felt like I've been there forever. 3 to 4, what are you doing? You're hanging out at that point. You're not working out for 3 to 4. You're chilling. You're talking. You're socializing. There's no other way. Things start to get worse. I find that I'm getting more frustrated with feeling like a single parent while she is just living her dream life at the gym and building a career. She feels I'm treating her unfairly and took her rings off last summer. She didn't tell me about it, but she is stating that we are separated, but no ground rules are laid out. She didn't tell you, but then just randomly was like, oh, by the way, we're separated. Like, you didn't know that? What do you mean? She continues to live her life with her rings off without any sort of discussion. We were definitely in a slump. My skepticism of her and John's relationship continues, but we hit hills and valleys in our relationship. It feels like sometimes it improves and some days it feels like that isn't going to work. We have laid out some rules about this guy and I asked her to delete him from her phone and block him. They can communicate at the gym since she is there so much, but nowhere else. I don't understand why you're even staying in this though. You're suspecting your wife is cheating. She's never around is what it's giving. Not very involved with the kids. You handle a lot of that. She randomly decided that you guys are separated, doesn't wear her wedding rings. What even is this? Flash forward to June. I found a text message thread while I tried fixing her phone with a random number. It was messages upon messages of her and John's relationship. Mind you, this guy is married as well. My suspicions for over 2 years were true. I knew she was cheating on me. I flipped. I was so upset. She said they didn't have any physical contact except for holding hands and hugging. She was extremely adamant that that was it. Things didn't feel like they would get better, but eventually they kind of did over a couple of months. That, or maybe I was missing who my wife was. I don't know, but it felt like an emotional affair was easier to forgive. I told her I forgave her and then we recommitted to making this work. It felt like we were more normal than ever and she was being open and honest about any questions that I had. The day after our anniversary, she drops a bombshell. She actually was physical in her affair. Raise your hand if you believe that she wasn't physical. Not me. They had sex an unknown amount of times in his car while she was at work. She says that they used protection. I am mortified. I already grieved for her once, but now I am put through another round of mental torment and physical PTSD. She lied again. She said she didn't have sex with him initially, but now she wanted to just lay it out there. She says the last time that they did the deed was in April. I don't know what to believe. She says that she felt insanely lonely. I asked her, why not just get a divorce? And she said that she never had the intention of that, and that she, quote, cares so deeply for our family and kids. It feels so contradictory. She had intimacy with this guy while also having intimacy with me occasionally, and she didn't feel the need to tell me that I'm literally banging her after this guy was. Of course she's not gonna tell you. Isn't that what an affair is? They're cheating, like... Of course she's not going to tell you. Typing this makes me want to die. I am using an alt account, but I have details that would make this story more clearer, but I do not want to tie it into some personal information, as I think it would be pretty easily identified by my profession and personal posts. She states that she's utterly remorseful and she wants to work things out. I literally just got myself tested for STDs today. I would have never thought that I would have to do this, but here I am. I am at a loss. I am a mid-30s dad of 3, and it feels like my life is over. My kids keep me grounded. We all know how honest Reddit is, so we are going to dive into the comment section because apparently it's pretty intense. Someone commented, 3 to 4 hours at the gym every day. When is she even home to care so deeply about the kids? OP responded, OP means original poster, it just means the author. This is exactly my point. She literally goes to the gym in the early morning, but sometimes doesn't get home until kids are on the bus. I would hate missing waving them off. I wave them off every morning. Next, it says that OP responds to a comment regarding getting an appointment with a lawyer and a marriage counselor. And they asked, does OP want to reconcile if his wife was picking John over him many times? OP responded and said, I am reading through all of this. I will add, when I found said text messages, the first thing she said was that she cares about him, which really pissed me off. She should care about me as her husband. She finally has told him no more contact, and she did block him on every platform and said that she's willing to have an open device policy. Oh, now? I hate that. No. Oh, now? Oh, I'm so sorry. Now you can look through my... You've already been caught. Like, oh, you're the hero in the story. Open device policy. Give me a break. I'm getting triggered. I do think this is extremely remorseful, at least right now. He has made some suggestive comments as a way to make her feel bad. She did put her rings back on, and the guy wants to reconcile with me as well. AKA, he reached out to me on Instagram and I immediately blocked his dumbass. Hey, so sorry for like sleeping with your wife this whole time and also cheating on mine. Real sorry about that. Next comment. The real question is, what is she doing to make him stay? Good question, because he is also married. OP wrote back and said, that's what I'm thinking. From the beginning, I'm convinced that she had a plan or deep intention, but she says things just kind of fell that way. Yeah, right. She says that they were just friends first, but if that's the case, why did she delete all her messages from him when I first saw them? That first happened like 1.5 years ago. This has been crappy since the start because it never was just a friendship. Next comment. Your mistake was thinking that any sort of affair would be less harmful. An affair is an affair, regardless of getting physical or not. Have you ever wondered why she has this surge of honesty so suddenly? I imagine her affair has gone sour and she's afraid of being dumped by you and is trying to keep you around. You know how it's sometimes in movies it happens where like the affair partner is not gonna leave his wife after all? And then you're like, wait a second, if this isn't gonna go anywhere, I should probably keep my husband around then, because the affair just doesn't go as planned. Could be what's happening here. OP responded and said, you're not wrong. Things did get sour after I found those texts. She immediately seized that relationship and blocked him. I think that's why she wants to start fresh and continue our relationship. She is giving me contradictory information that it only happened because she was separated and she was extremely lonely. But then she said she doesn't want to leave her family and that we mean so much to her. I asked her plainly, did you think about us when you were banging in his car? I don't think you want to know the answer to that. The next update came pretty recently, December 7th, 2025, nearly 3 months later. Life has been really a whirlwind of emotion since that point. Wait, let's put our guesses in. Do you think he stayed? Do you think she stopped talking to him and they've worked it out and they're better than ever? My guess is absolutely not. He might have stayed, but I don't think. For all those people who gave me encouragement and advice, I really appreciate you more than you know. We sought counseling pretty much ASAP since all this shook out, which has been a somewhat positive experience, I think, for both of us. Overall, this update is really boring, but maybe I need an outlet right now because I'm feeling it hard today. Generally speaking, things just are right now. Some days feel more hopeful than others, but we are decently committed to making this work for now, especially given our situation with our kids, specifically our son. Our therapy sessions tend to work on our communication and forward progress. It's hard not to gripe or look for some sort of validation of my frustrations with my wife about how things shook out or what I experienced. Although she is entitled to her feelings about how I approached their relationship in the beginning, which she swears was merely friendly in the beginning. Although the more I think about it, the more it feels like I'm being gaslighted by my wife and maybe a little bit by our therapist. I generally do not have a problem with my wife having male friends, and even when we were having a hard time, I felt that I made my boundary extremely clear. Initially, when they were just friends, she would message him regularly, going into topics that felt boundary crossing. In this, she says that they were just friends. But now, I don't think I'm comfortable with her having friends like that again, and I told her that. I am a little upset because reflecting on things now makes me feel like both my wife and our therapist made it seem like I'm letting my anxiety get the best of me. We have moved toward an open device policy, really on her end. We have set new boundaries about relationships and maintaining these relationships. Although now that I've read and typed this out, I really feel like I'm giving more than she ever had to. Even though she's the one who decided to pursue a runaway relationship with another man, she states she didn't feel safe in our marriage and pursued this relationship. I'm so conflicted on how to feel about everything as I type this. I am learning to rebuild my trust in her. I need to feel safe again. I want to feel like this was her character flaw rather than a reaction to how she felt I treated her. She says that she felt unsafe, frustrated, unloved. I am not saying those things aren't untrue because she's entitled to her own feelings, but it feels like an excuse. Even if they're true. Maybe you did make her feel unsafe, frustrated, and unloved. Cheating is not the way to handle that. That does not get resolved or worked on or any of those things by just going out and having sex with somebody else. Did you come to me as your husband and tell me these things and offer to go to counseling because you want to work through those things and I can work on things to provide better as a husband? Or did you just go and have a whole other relationship with somebody else? We know the answer to it. Things were rocky for a while, but she feels that we were not doing well before I had issues with her communication with this guy. That feels incorrect because since that moment, I know that I've been short with her, and with good reason. She literally lied about the amount of communication they had together. It feels like I'm being gaslit because she made it seem like friends have that regular amount of communication. The update's not over, but I'm thirsty, and you know what? You should hydrate too. Cheers! It is hydration station. You know the drill. I received some very exciting news. Hello? Blocking the camera like this isn't your job. I received some very exciting news this week. We're doing it, I will say without giving too much away, on December 27th, and it will be coming out in January. It's not acting. I know you're gonna jump there. I wish it was. I'd be telling you immediately. Anyways, but it's a very exciting thing, and I'm going to vlog the whole thing for my second channel. And I'm getting permission to make sure that I can vlog while I'm on set, we will say, as well, and while we're doing what we're doing. Anyways, I'm so excited. It's a little out of my comfort zone, to be honest, but I think it's a first, so it's gonna be really exciting. So make sure you're following the channel if you want to see it. Some days we end in fights, mainly about my tone or my reaction. It feels like a broken record. She constantly criticizes how I communicate with her or our kids. It feels like it never ends, and this is something she continually goes back to as a reason for her abandonment. But some days it feels like it ends more peacefully and calmly. I guess going back to why I decided to write today, it was really about feeling worthless. I feel absolutely unfit and unworthy. I let my wife trample on me, and she makes me feel like it was really my fault for her actions. It feels that the therapist also wants me to understand these flaws and how they shaped the events that happened. I don't know, but maybe the therapist is right. I am noticeably anxious about anything my wife does, and I feel like that won't change. Yeah, because she slept with another man. I would be anxious too. I will always worry about who she is talking to. She says that she is committed to our relationship, but it feels like such a crappy excuse. I told her that's what you said on our wedding day, and look at this mess. I wish part of me could say that I left her cheating ass, got alimony and child support, got abs, and met someone new. I can't do that right now. I try to stay busy at work and at home. Edit. Just for clarity's sake, my wife did make it abundantly clear that she wants nothing to do with him in more than one. He has been finding ways to continue to seek her attention. He even wrote an email to her, and she showed it to me immediately. I don't like the situation at all. And I'm sure the people of Reddit are going to agree with me, so let's see what they're saying. Someone commented, I'm curious, have you informed his wife? Has she cut contact with him? And does she still go to the gym? What is she doing to make this work on her end? OP said, as far as I know, he and his wife are separated and they made an agreement. So to him and his wife, he was within his own rights. That is all hearsay though, and I'd rather not think about it anymore. Does my wife go to the gym? Buddy, let me tell you, she is still addicted to it. She goes every day in the AM since me and our kids are still sleeping. She still works out for 3 to 4 hours at a time usually, although she's quite social when she goes, which is why it takes her so long. She finds that her identity really relies on her ability to maintain this gym time, I've noticed. I think if you took it away from her, I don't know what she would do. Next comment. I guess you decided to stay. I know I wouldn't. It's easier said than done. Yes, but she lied and lied and lied. I'm sure there's more lies in there too. OP responded, my decision to stay isn't set in stone. It's built on the idea that we are extremely fragile and she has to put in the work. If not, or if she crosses our transparent boundary, I'm not giving her a third chance. The fact that you're even on the third though, is that not telling? I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I could never forgive cheating, and kudos to the marriages that make it through. Sure, of course. But when you're on your third about the same situation, and it's not like she's being like taking accountability. If anything, she's justifying it in therapy and like, well, you did this, so that's why I did it. I don't know. It's just not feeling right to me. I'm all happy for success stories if people can really put in the work and really commit and make it through in their marriage, of course. But I don't know. I don't like it. Next comment, is it the same gym? Like, is this just business as usual? They still attend the same gym together? Please, I hope not. You can't be that naive. There has to be some consequences, at least in my experience. If nothing changes, nothing changes. What has she done exactly in this reconciliation to prove to you that you're not her second choice? OP said it is not the same gym. Thank God. Although it's funny when she complains about not being able to go there, basically because her old friend group and proximity to our house. It makes me want to stare at her and laugh as if she didn't cause that entire problem. How remorseful is she though? That's the only vibe I'm getting. I don't really feel the remorse. Next comment, fire your therapist, whoever they are, they suck. You need to find one specializing in infidelity who will hold her feet to the fire. Unless your therapist holds that line that no matter what was going on in your marriage, cheating is inexcusable and that the first priority is to deal with your pain and the nuclear bomb that your wife chose to blow up in the middle of your marriage, they are crap and completely unqualified to do their job. OP responded and said, she has tried EMDR therapy for my trauma. I believe they are qualified, at least somewhat, but I wish that she would be more assertive about protecting me given what transpired. Although to that effect, I know she needs to remain neutral, so I'm not sure what good therapy looks like. There's an update and it came the same day, but he posted in a different subreddit and the title was Self-Esteem Repair Following Affair. So he probably doesn't want the opinions anymore of this current subreddit. He's like, I think I need to share my story somewhere else because everyone's telling me I should have left. Apparently this was his very short post in that thread. My wife of 13 years cheated on me. We have been seeking counseling and trying to work through it. Although today I am realizing that I have literally no self-esteem anymore. She works out constantly while I am a stay-at-home parent and it shows. How do you begin to love yourself again, especially since I have decided to stay? I feel like that kind of gives us more clarity that this man's staying. Sir, I know why you have self-esteem issues. I think it's pretty clear. When someone cheats on you, you literally just start questioning everything about yourself. You're like, oh, am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? Am I not attractive enough? You literally spiral inside your brain thinking it's you, and that's the reason why they cheated on you. Anyways, let me know your thoughts and feelings on all of this, and maybe you have some experience. Maybe you're a success story. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Stay classy out there. Stay sassy. Bye.